everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 552. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
And Wild Spice is out tonight. She's still unpacking from her gung-ho move with her husband to Florida. And as I always say, Florida? Really? Why? Reasons XYZ. But it's Florida. Yeah, well.
It's the place that foreigners think of when they hear American and they go, oh, that place.
Or as some people call it, New York Light.
That's Atlanta.
No, trust me, it's Florida. Florida is that state where you're in North and Central Florida, yeah, it's definitely the South. But when you get some parts of Central Florida and all parts South, it's like, we're just like New York, but better. But you're not. Then again, if things are going as I think they will, I will probably find myself in Florida at the end of the year anyway, so.
Nice.
Just don't become an actual Florida man, and because I don't want to find you hooked up to an IV with Coors Light flowing into it.
There's no way in hell that'll happen. I'm only going for a convention. I'm going for Hallmat. I just want to check this con out and see what it's all about, so. What have I got to lose besides whatever's left of what sanity that I did have?
You had some of that?
I know, right? We are live tonight, week of July 19th, 2022, right here on Twitch TV. You can find us here every Tuesday night from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We are part of the Voice of Geeks network, so you can always find out more information about them at vognetwork.com. And they're also streaming here on the network. You can find them at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. They kick things off on Sundays, 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show at 8, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And we have a Discord. Hang out with us there at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, have a good time. And before we continue, I want to send some love and get well to Rob Roberts. He's currently fighting COVID. So, anywho, enough about that. Let's get things going with how was your week? How was your day? Ari.
Well, first of all, I did get paid, and it was on my, on the full time and not on, discounted rate, if you will. So
that's good.
That's all that sick time I've been saving up, or it's just been compiling without any need to use it. But nonetheless, it's just been mostly blah this week. I mean, I did have a friend over to watch The Batman, the movie on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah, the new one? Yeah. How was that?
A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Because
that's good.
Like, one of the main antagonists is the Riddler, and he's kind of like a Son of Sam style, maniac, that sort of thing. And a huge departure from what you normally see with him. And, well, other than that, I had to install a new toilet seat this morning, so I ended up ordering one from Lowe's, drove over and picked it up, and got it all into place.
Well, that's good. I think I've had to replace the one here once while I've been here. They have talked about redoing my whole bathroom. I'm like, just take care of my front door. It's the not the main door, the front door. That's, I forget what type of door.
Screen door?
Thank you, screen door. It's on its last hinge, literally. It's like it's held up with hinge, 2 screws, and probably some duct tape and gum. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like my foot was kind of bothering me about an hour or so ago, but that's about it.
How's your foot now?
Feels fine. Just I do have to not replace, just get that Chase lounger that I want, move the love seat elsewhere in the house, apartment.
Gotcha.
Other than that, it's just, nothing to do. And I'm just going to follow all their directions because I don't want to be like, hey, we caught you outside doing, whatever the hell it was. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not like I'm friggin', doing friggin' flips and shit are out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I was going. I'm just...
No, I totally get you.
You're lucky I'm not, doing this from sitting on the roof looking down. Ceiling. I can't even talk straight tonight.
I blame the medication.
So, yeah, that's how things have been for me.
Oh, okay. Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Okay.
Wow, you sound so confident in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I mean, the new boss started yesterday, and, I was working outside this weekend and didn't get everything done that I wanted to. So yeah. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. I've got a lot to do before Thursday.
Yep.
And
what happens on Thursday?
As long as things hold off, I'm going to see Alanis Morissette on Thursday.
Oh, cool.
But now they're calling for severe thunderstorms in the evening. So, yeah.
Well, let's just hope the severe thunderstorms happen earlier in the day.
I mean, that would be nice. But, yeah, I mean, that's basically all we can do is freaking hope at this point.
Yes. Because I want to see God in concert, damn it.
Of course. We have to see God in concert.
Exactly. From what
and they still haven't announced who is her opener.
Garbage.
They actually finally announced it because it was to be determined.
Well, I'm just saying that's what's been advertising on Facebook when I'm seeing the ads for the tour.
Yeah, that's all I had seen, but they actually had it listed as TBD. So I didn't know if maybe Garbage couldn't make it. I hope they do because I actually really, really enjoy Garbage. So yeah, I mean, if we get to see both of them, that would be awesome.
Definitely. From what I'm seeing in the weather, it says a gusty thunderstorm in the afternoon. So maybe it's like one of those 5-10 minute thunderstorms, and then it's just a breather of fresh air, and then the sun comes back and it's like, gotcha, bitch.
I mean, that would be nice too. The other issue is that heat wave. So 98 degrees.
Muggy and humid
98 degrees with the heat index of 115.
115? Mine says 102. Oh, good God.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen as we're driving to PNC Bank Arts Center? You're going to see that fucking sun behind us, following us and circling us, okay?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, luckily, the concert won't start, we can't even get in until 7, so by the time the actual concerts start, the sun will be down, so it should be a lot cooler, but at the same time, holy crap, we're gonna sweat our asses off.
This is why I'm making sure I bring shorts.
Yeah, I have to remember to bring a complete change of clothes with me to work. And I have to remember to bring an empty water bottle because they will not let you go in with a full water bottle, but they should let you go in with an empty so you can fill it while you're there because water at this place is friggin' expensive as hell.
I believe it.
Of course it would be.
Well, how else will Jersey make its money?
Yeah, I mean...
So, my weekend day has been same old, same old. And as you can tell in my voice, which is slowly getting better, I am basically getting over an upper respiratory infection. I thought it was COVID, and let's just be thankful that it's not, because if it was, I would probably be in ICU right now. Not because of COVID, because of the fact that Mako would find her way to my house and just beat me into a coma, so...
Hey, if you have issues, then you know what to do with tickets. You can stay your ass home, and I can still go and have fun.
If I'm not going, you're not going either!
Fuck that noise.
Good luck figuring out the PIN code to my phone, bitch! But, that's what I basically did. I was actually going to go out like Saturday to this Japanese street fair, but I realized these last bunch of weekends I've been traveling back and forth, even though it's like simple stuff. I've just been traveling, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay home, rest, and relax. So that's what I ended up doing. I did that, caught up with some anime, worked on some photos, stayed in the air conditioning, and I thought everything was good. Till I woke up Sunday morning with no air conditioning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I woke up, I did not hear the AC, and I'm just like, why is it so hot in here? And I look up, the AC is off, and I'm just like, fuck. And I'm just like, I just bought this air conditioner 3 years ago. The last one lasted me at least 8 years. I'm like, no, I'm not going through this. Absolutely not. So, I unplug it, and I plug something else into that same outlet. Outlet's dead. Okay, fine. I grab an extension cord, plug it into the outlet behind my bed. Figured I'd chillax, relax, get nice and cool until I'm cool enough to get up and go make breakfast. It wasn't even 10 minutes and the lights go out in my apartment.
Wah, wah, wah.
I go outside. There is a snapped electrical wire outside my house.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
It was about 10 feet down, and I was talking to the neighbors, so it seems that when that wire snapped, that's when my air conditioner went out. So, and one thing I have told a few people, I don't understand the electrical grid system. I don't know how it works. It's not my thing. But
You're not an electrical engineer.
Right. My neighbor, retired electrical engineer, he's basically told me, like, it's just discombobulating. So, like, they're putting in new electrical poles, and I saw that they're extending it. Evidently, like, in this neighborhood, if the power goes out, half the block is lit and the other half is not. But somehow, when that extension cord snapped, when that electrical wire snapped, it killed this outlet, another outlet in here, and a few others on this block. I don't know how it's wired, but it's working now, I'll tell you that. In a way, it's like FiOS. Like, 5 people on your block can get it, and the one person that's like at the end of the block, that's the 6th person now, can't get it, but the person next to them can get it. It makes no sense. But whatever. But enough about that. We've gotten through that. Let's get into some housekeeping, give you some updates as to what's going on. We have some upcoming conventions. Don't forget, we have ShikariCon, August 20th to the 21st, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Pop Cult Anime Convention, August 27th to 28th, Boston, Massachusetts. RetroCon, September 24th to the 25th, Oaks, Pennsylvania. And another anime convention, I think Brookline, Massachusetts. It's October 16th to the 18th, I believe. Let me open up my calendar real quick. Let's see. Nope, it's actually October 14th to the 16th. There we go. Even better. And don't forget, we have episodes of Anime Jam Session available on our YouTube page at youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Just look for the playlist, podcast VODs, and you'll find all of our episodes there. And let's see what's going on in the chat room here. Bond006 says, don't forget last week was the anniversary of the East Coast blackout of 1977. And that's interesting. I was actually talking to a couple of co-workers about the blackout that hit the East Coast here about almost 20 years ago. Wow. It's really been that long. I was living with my ex, her family, her extended family, the 20-something cats. It was good times. The lights went out. We walked down to the next town over when I got back from work. I got a ride from somebody because evidently when the power went out, they decided to cut all the buses. And I'm just like, wow. But yeah, Bonzo says blackout of 2003. Yeah, wow. Yes, it was. It's almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. And Kagome 41088 says, oh, I remember that. Where were you about 20 years ago? Because I know it hit the Northeast, part of the East Coast, and through Pennsylvania. I know there was parts of Pennsylvania that still had power because for somehow they weren't connected to the grid properly, something like that.
I honestly must have started going back to college that day because, like, around that time, because I don't remember any of it.
Kagome 41088 says still in Ohio. So I guess that blackout hit Ohio too. Okay. Wow.
I went to school in West Virginia, so.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look it up later. I wonder,
I was actually, Googling it now. I came across the wiki.
Yeah, okay.
And, West Virginia was an effective. I'm like, huh. I'm not saying nobody else, didn't experience it, but it just I just completely missed it or something.
Yeah, you did. Okay, now I see it. Yeah, it was parts of Canada, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. But like I said, there was a part of Pennsylvania that was unaffected by it because it wasn't, for some reason they weren't connected to the grid. Good, interesting times. And the issue goes back to a problem with the energy company out of Ohio. Of course, fucking Ohio. Anywho.
What was that noise?
She's probably playing with one of the cats.
Cassie was using her scratching post, and I looked down at her, and she looked back up at me, and kind of that look like, what? I'm not doing anything.
I thought she would have looked at you and just ran off.
No, she's getting better.
Yeah, her toleration of you has gotten much higher.
Yeah, I love her to death, but she's she's on my last nerve at this point.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's using outside of the litter box. And I thought I had figured out the reason why, and I guess I didn't. So she's still doing that. So every day I'm cleaning up. Luckily, it's on the area that I don't have to worry about. It's on tile,
Mm.
but at the same time, she's getting on my last nerve. And no, I haven't played Stray. I don't have a PS4 or PS5, and my computer room is not air conditioned. So I am basically attempting to pull air in from my bedroom and from the living room, and it doesn't really work very well. So I have not been playing any of my computer games.
I completely understand. Believe you me. Normally, this sheet is closed, but it's open, so there's no air coming through here, but it's some type of circulation. So enough about that. Let's get into Geek Roundtable. This is the part of the show where we talk more about our geekier weeks and cool stuff to share. So, what you got, Ari?
Well, going by the same theme I had last week, here is another dumpster fire piece of kitsch that I found.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It's a nice pin. It'll eventually go in my vest. It's from Winks for Dates, an enamel pin.
Mm.
And I bought it around the same time I bought the dumpster fire patch. Oh, and also, when I was watching some of GDQ stuff earlier, I was watching the Metroid Dread speed run.
Ugh.
No. Like, I heard it. Like, I was watching it, and they read off Bobby Blackwolf's, donation.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not that. I'm on the last boss, and it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, because he was the runner was a dad,
Mm-hmm.
and he was making and people were making puns because why the hell wouldn't they? But like the one he says like I don't have any kids, I'm a faux pas, and I'm just like, oof, dude. And he said the other one was like the one he was going to use was we all know where the Big Apple is, but does anyone know where the Mini Apple is?
Boo.
Yeah, those are the same kind of sentiments I had. But of course, he thought it was awesome. You guys follow me on Twitter. You can follow the exchange yourself, and you can pinpoint the exact moment where my soul just crumbles like a stale graham cracker.
That was terrible. TRBL terrible.
Oh, very much so.
All right, Mako-chan. Is this the part where you do the reading and tell everyone to thank them for being a friend?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, so I know I have shown off a couple of my other tarot card sets. I found this on Amazon. I had to have it. It was only $11. So yeah, it is a Golden Girls themed tarot card. Each of the girls represents one of the suits. So like one is wands, one is cups, one is pentacles. But also all of the major arcana are the girls as well. And I had to show off Dorothea's death. Just it's very fitting.
Shady Pines, Ma. Shady Pines.
That's actually the Tower card. But yeah, so it includes the girls. It includes some of them have their husbands, their exes. Some of them have their kids. Whoever was, part of the series. Usually, like in parts of the cards, you can actually see them as well. So it's a very interesting themed set. And again, I had to have it. Yes, Stan is in there.
Wow.
But I mean, it was $11, so I had to.
Makes sense. I
And we won't discuss that I already have 2 other tarot sets sitting in pre-order.
Which ones are they?
One is a Hocus Pocus set.
Of
That
course.
one is actually due out at the next week, I think. Next week, yes. The other one is a horror movie themed one.
Oh.
So it does have it has Jason, it has Freddy, it has Dracula and Nosferatu. Yes, there is a supernatural themed one, Kagome, and I have it.
Of
Because
course
of course
there
she
is.
does.
Yeah, of course.
Because of course I do.
Yeah, of course she does. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have a supernatural themed one. I have I'm trying to think. I have a Nightmare Before Christmas themed one. I have a Sailor Moon themed one. I have well, technically it's not themed. Technically it is a normal deck of tarot cards. The back of the cards though match Nozomi's from Love Live. So I do have what is technically her tarot set. So yeah, I have, I have a set that I use regularly, which is just dragons. I have one that is actually done by one of my favorite mangaka. So it's all art styled on her artistic style. Yeah, I have I have a collection of them.
All right, Kagome, the podcast is going to ask you: are you a Supernatural fangirl? Yes or no? That's all we want to know. And while she gets back to me, I will show off what I got. First things first, I found myself watching a classic anime, Heaven's Lost Property, only because I saw a clip on I think on JList or some other site or something like that, and I'm like, you know what? I think that was on my list a long time ago to watch. So I watched the first season of that, and that was cool. So because of the pandemic, a lot of stuff that you order online has been way delayed. And I've gotten emails about items being pushed back and so forth. I have Christmas-themed figures that got delayed, okay? So, it happens. But it's not often where I get an email from Otaku Mode telling me that 2 of my figures are coming in the same week. So, one of them I showed off last week, which was Sugento from Rosin Maiden. And the other one, I'm coming to the conclusion I'm going to end up with just as many figurines of this character as I do of Sailor Venus. It is precious figure of Rem in her blue dress.
It's hard to tell if you think that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know. All I know is Rem is best girl. That's all you need to know. I think I almost ordered a Ram figure because what they do is like both girls are twins, so they have them wearing either the same outfits and different colors, like Rem is blue and Ram is red, or certain item or something like that, and they design it around them. I think there was a figure that came out where I actually liked Ram's design a lot more, so oh well. Let's see what this is real quick. Alright, let's close that up. Alright, so, let's see what we got here. Slime Boy says, I love Rem figures. There are so many cute outfits. I need Ram for the Sheep Big Bad Wolf figure set. There is an idol figure of Rem that I want. That's like $300 something, and I'm just like, I do have the money to buy it, but I just can't really justify dropping that type of money. At least not just yet. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into tonight's news. Opening things up is Ari telling us about Pokemon's getting into a card game show.
Yeah, the Pokemon Company International announced on Monday that it's developing a new unscripted series involving the Pokemon trading card game. The company will open a casting call for applicants of all ages and their families. It'll be focused on fans in the Los Angeles area. And there's a casting website already up. The Pokemon Company International is currently searching for energetic, personable candidates of all ages and their families for an exciting new opportunity. Whether you're trying to learn the trading card game or connect with your loved ones, hone your trading card game skills and get to the next level, or already a competitive player, we would like to hear how a Pokemon TCG expert can help you. The trading card game launched in Japan in 1996 and in the West in 1998. The Pokemon Company International became the publisher and distributor in 2003. And we have Pokemon Trading Card Live, the new free-to-play online app for iOS, launched in Canada on February 22nd. Its early soft launch for mobile devices and global open beta for PC and Mac was delayed from last year to this year. And, I mean, it's good that, people are going to get to bond, tell about how they bonded over Pokemon and what, but like I've always said, the trading card game's like the one aspect I could just never get into. Yeah, I'm still on Magic. It's impossible to pry me away from Magic, it seems like. But other than that, if you're out in LA and want to be a part, you know where to go. Want to get it. You want to audition, I mean. The hell's wrong with my voice?
I think you're getting over a cold or something like that, like me, so, I am curious how this is going to play out, so.
Yep.
Alright, moving right along. Mako's going to let us know about some really cool guests appearing at Otakon 2022.
Yes, as soon as I can pull everything up. I knew there were two links. So Otakon has been announcing a crap ton of guests in the last week. So those that know Eva and Fulikuli and Gurren Lagann, they announced that the character designer Yoshinari is going to be there. He's also worked on the design production for Gurren Lagann. He was co-creator of Penny and Stocking. So yeah, that's exciting. That was Hiromi Wakabayashi.
Which I believe I have his signature on my Penny and Stocking box set.
Yeah, so they'll both be there. They also have previously against the novel author for my teen romantic comedy, Snafu, who is Yoshihiro Watanabe. Voice actor Toshio Furukawa, which I actually had there, so I don't need to send that. And voice actress Shino Kakinuma, which is the other one that was on there, which I don't need to put that there then. They're also bringing in, director Motonobu Hori, who did Carol and Tuesday and Super Crooks.
And Rose is losing her mind over that.
Yeah. Bandai Namco Filmworks producer Hiroyuki Kikukawa, who does Ruby and Yuri Deco. voice actress Mariah Issei, who does JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean and Hunter x Hunter. Composer Yuki Hayashi, who composes for My Hero Academia. And composer Kaoru Wada, who does for Inuyasha. They will also be there. They're also going to have game composers. So Harumi Fujita, who does Mega Man 3 and Final Fight, and Takahiro Izutani, who did Metal Gear Solid 4 and Bayonetta.
Snake? Snake? Snake!
Yeah, so all of them, all Japanese, all coming over for... It sounds like they're trying to make this Otakon epic.
Yes. If I was going, I would definitely be hyped for Harumi Fujita and Takahiro Izutani, because Mega Man 3 showed up in a pretty cool time in my life, and I absolutely loved that game. And Bayonetta, because it's Bayonetta. And I could have sworn Anime Next had Harumi Fujita as a guest. If not that person, somebody else had worked on some classic NES games. I gotta look it up. I should go looking for my Penny and Stocking box set and see what other signatures are on there. So,
It'd be nice if Otakon went back to Baltimore.
It's not going back to Baltimore.
At all?
From what I can tell, I don't see it happening anytime soon. That extension still isn't built.
Huh.
Yeah, COVID kind of...
fucked everything over.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And one more thing that's kind of cool about one of the guests, Toshio Furukawa. He is also the voice of Ataru Moriboshi and Urusei Yatsura. I think that's hella cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to talk about live-action Cowboy Bebop. And to all of you who complained about this series, fuck you and shame on you. And I say that because the live-action intro was nominated for an Emmy Award, okay? The title sequence. That's freaking cool. The staff of the Primetime Emmy Awards announced last Tuesday that they nominated Netflix's live-action adaptation of Sunrise Cowboy Bebop for anime for Outstanding Main Title Design. The 74th Awards have also nominated the dual animated short from Lucasfilm's Star Wars Visions Anthology for Outstanding Short-Form Animated Program, as well as Love, Death, and Robots Animated Anthology Series for the same category for the short Jibaro. Polygon Pictures animated The Very Pulse of the Machine segment for the series' third volume. No anime received nominations in the Outstanding Animated Program category. That category's nominations include The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, What If, Arcane League of Legends, and Rick and Morty. To be fair, The Simpsons and Rick and Morty need not to be nominated. One anime series is Old and Busted, and the other series is just absolutely abysmal and stupid. Netflix
You can decide which one is which.
Either or, I'm okay with. Netflix debuted the first season of live-action Bebop back in November 2021, but it was canceled soon after in December. You assholes. The series starred John Cho as Spike, Mustafa Shakir as Jet, and Daniela Pineda as Faye, Alex Hassel as Vicious, and Aline Satine as Julia. The Japanese dub included returning voice actors from the original anime's cast. Netflix and Tomorrow Studios co-produced the series, with Netflix handling the physical production. Tomorrow Studios is a partnership between producer Marty Adelstein, who's worked on Prison Break, Teen Wolf, and the live-action One Piece that's in the works, and ITV Studios. Shinichiro Watanabe, the original anime's director, served as consultant for the project. Andre Nemec, Josh Applebaum, Jeff Pinkner, and Scott Rosenberg of Midnight Radio are credited as showrunners and executive producers, and Yoko Kanno returned to score the music for the series. I'm really hoping that the live action wins that Emmy, and Netflix is like, let's do season 2.
We fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Walk it back and give us a season 2. Because as much as I am hyped for the live action Yu Yu Hakusho, if it crashes and burns, I'm going to laugh. When One Piece crashes and burns, I will laugh. I will laugh on every live action adaptation and call it a curse because you ungrateful bastards didn't give Cowboy Bebop a fighting chance like it deserved. Then again, if you think about it, a lot of shows that come out with just one season get the axe because nobody wants to sit there and be like, it was only 12 episodes, that was it, it sucked. No. Sometimes you need an additional season to set things up. Excuse me as I roll my eyes into the back of my skull. But enough about that. Let's talk kabuki.
Who's this one?
This one's me. You have the next one, and Mako has the last one. Now, we've always talked about various adaptations of animes and mangas and video games. We usually see live action plays or musicals, which is really cool. But Final Fantasy is getting a kabuki adaptation, and it's coming out spring of 2023. And it's going to be based on Final Fantasy X. I don't know why, but it's going to be on that one. In commemoration of the 35th anniversary of the franchise of Final Fantasy, new kabuki, Final Fantasy X, is scheduled to be performed at the IHI Stage Around Tokyo and Toyosu Tokyo in the spring of 2023. The IHI Stage Around Tokyo has a 360-degree stage with the audience seats in the center, and the audience seats itself rotate on a huge tray. That's cool.
Yeah, that is definitely very interesting.
The adaptation will be performed and co-directed by 44-year-old kabuki actor Kikunosuke Onoe, who is currently working on the kabuki adaptation of Hayao Miyazaki's Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind manga.
That should be good.
Yeah, other performers include Shido Nakamura, Matsuya Onoe, and Yajiro Bando. And there is a message here from Kikunosuke Onoe. We have planned new kabuki Final Fantasy X in hopes that the fusion of the classic game Final Fantasy X and kabuki, Japan's proud traditional performing art, will create a new bridge between our mutual cultures. This will be our first attempt to play a kabuki show at the IHI Stage Around Tokyo, and we hope to cherish the shocking and moving feelings we had when we played the game when it was first released, and invite both those who love the game and those who have never seen kabuki to see the performance. The images projected on the huge 8-meter high screen will color the stage, and we believe you will enjoy an immersive experience as if you were in the world of Final Fantasy. Because we live in an era like this is a heart-wrenching story we want you to see. Please come to the theater. I mean...
Not my favorite Final Fantasy.
Well, better 10 than 8, just saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
See,
I understand why they why they couldn't do 6, because they would never get the suplex the train scene down properly.
Oh, good lord!
I mean, yeah, sure, the train crashing through the roof would really bring the house down.
But a kabuki adaptation of the opera scene, that would have been awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The road not traveled.
It happens. All right, Ari, tell us what's going down at Nintendo. I think this is something really good that they're doing.
Yeah, marriage equality. Dem Fama Nico Gamer reported on Wednesday that Nintendo Japan updated its corporate social responsibility page to include a partnership system addressing the rights of people in same-sex relationships at the company. According to the policy, employees with same-sex partnership and common law marriages will enjoy the same benefits as those who are legally married. Nintendo's English website posted a translation. We introduced partnership partnership system in March 2021 as, pardon me,
Mm-hmm.
as one initiative based on this philosophy. Although same-sex marriages are not currently recognized under Japanese law, the system ensures employees who are in a domestic partnership with a same-sex partner have the same benefits as employees in an opposite-sex marriage. We also establish a common law marriages between couples will be observed in the same way as legal marriage. In the Code of Conduct for Employees, we have already established that we do not discriminate based on race, ethnicity, nationality, ideology, religion, creed, organ, social status, class, occupation, gender, age, disability, sexual orientation, and gender identity. You know, just wanted to check all the boxes. In addition to the partnership system, we revise our internal regulations regarding harassment to clearly prohibit discriminatory comments based on sexual orientations or gender identity, as well as disclosing someone's privately held sexual orientation against their will. Same-sex marriage is not currently recognized in Japan. Shibuya Ward in Tokyo introduced a partnership system which extended certain legal privileges to married same-sex couples. Since then, a number of cities have adapted similar systems, but private companies are not obliged to participate. You know, from our perspective, this is seen as, well, duh, I should hope so, but it's progressive given the country that it's coming from.
Yeah, I think this country needs to take a lesson from Japan, given that we have to pass a law to protect same-sex marriages in this country.
Actually, we ended up doing that today.
Oh, so it did pass.
Codifying it, yeah.
All right.
Permanently.
So it was passed by the House and the Senate.
Yep.
Okay, good.
It was trending on Twitter for a while.
Yeah, I saw, but I wasn't sure if it passed both both the House and the Senate. So.
Yep, 267 and 157.
Again, religion has no place in politics, and
and vice versa.
Yeah, and as for Clarence Thomas, I'm just waiting for someone to say to him about interracial marriage. Watch him shut the fuck up in a heartbeat and be like, "Yeah, we fucked up. You most certainly did, you old codger." Enough about that. Mako-chan, take us out.
So we have been keeping up a little bit with the updated version of Urusei Yatsura. We have confirmation as of this week that they're looking at being 4 seasons for the entire series. And they're going to run season 1 and season 2 back to back.
Nice.
So we're getting 2 of the 4 seasons back to back right away. I'm kind of excited about that. They have, gone the 13 episode season. So we're getting 26 episodes right away. And a lot of people obviously are very happy about that. So yeah, they have been announcing more and more of the voice actors that will be on there. So the character of Ran, who is actually a friend of Lum's from space, she will be voiced by Kana Hanazawa. And they did give a sneak peek in this article of the various styles for the summer and winter uniform for the high school and things like that. So it looks like Urusei Yatsura All-Stars is going to be starting in October. It will be airing in Japan weekly at 12:55 a.m. They have not decided yet exactly what Friday block it's going to run on, but they think it's going to be October 14th because that would be really cool, as it is the same day that the original Urusei Yatsura premiered in 1981.
Wow.
So they are hoping, at least the person that was writing this article is hoping that that is going to be the date, considering it is starting in October and they are doing a Friday block. So it would make sense for the new series to premiere on the same date as the old series. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
All I asked for is the first episode is basically how Lum and Ataru met. That's all I want. Then from there, go however you wish. That's.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, because it's like I just say that because not everybody knows the whole story of how they met. So why not? First 2 episodes introduce the characters. After that, stories from the manga. And plus, it's still taking place in the 80s. That's even better. It's going to be interesting, but still cool, though.
It'll be fun watching him live stream trying to catch Lum and just falling flat on his face.
No. Ataru wants nothing to do with Lum. She's chasing him.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I saw the series.
That's why she's always calling him darling.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I guess we're going to move on.
Yep. And we're at the part of the show that y'all really like to stick around and hang out for. Oh, I see Bobby Blackfoot popped in. Hey, Bobby, how's it going, dude?
Hi, Bobby.
He's here to provide you with more jokes from his database.
Boo!
Should have brought, I can't help but feel partially responsible for this.
And you should. Well, I will say the two of you can pass for brothers, though.
I'll be the creepy uncle that everyone just pushes to the side and says and pretends doesn't exist.
Oh, don't say that. Come on, don't say that.
Anyway, let's move on to the articles.
All right, before we get into the articles, I'm just gonna say this one joke, and then that's it. Bobby Blackpool says, "Where do rainbows go when they break the law? Prism. It's a light sentence."
God damn it, Bob!
Oh,
Please somebody clip that.
I think we need to chill with that because the next joke, it might crack Ari's skull wide open, and then the white flags will come up. All right, let's see what we got here. I guess I could take the first one.
Okay, I'll take the last one then.
Okay, I wanted the second one, so I will take the second one.
Something told me it would end up like that anyway, so. I mean, personally, I'm all about free food, but at one point, this is a little bit too much free food, especially if I didn't ask for it, but,
BTW, Ranma did not see that I posted these, so these are all Ranma's. So if anything breaks you, if anything is weird, it's his fault this week.
Yes.
Shirking responsibility again.
No!
Hey, the only one that I had on my list was the one I'm reading. The other two are his fault.
How is it my fault?
Because I said so.
Look here, you red-headed bastard. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. I'm going to take that tongue and and flip it 90 degrees and slap you in the face with it.
Nope, won't work.
I thought you were going to quote Redman from Def Jam Fight for New York.
No. Fine, I'll just have to poke you. That's all.
Damn it.
Magic finger. Anywho. Let me ask you, has this ever happened to you? You're sitting at home looking through your favorite social media app and sipping on a cold glass of cola. Suddenly the phone rings. On one end is a shady salesperson trying to sell you crabs, but when you politely tell them you're already well stocked with them, they continue to high-pressure sales pitch you on them. If this has happened to you, you're among the growing number of people in Japan victimized by what's called crab negative option sales.
I'm sorry, what?
Crab negative option sales.
Okay, then.
In 2021 alone, there were reported 5,189 cases of this, which is more than twice of the previous year. And I can see Ari's eyes spinning at high speed like, wait, what? Negative option sales is when a company constantly sends a product and automatically charges for it until the customer tells them to stop. Oftentimes, in these instances, the company makes it incredibly difficult to cancel so they can continue making money. It's sort of like when you sign up for those free subscriptions that turn into paid subscriptions, and you got to go through hell to cancel, and they're like, we can give you more for this reduced rate, you know? So, too, do crab negative option sales groups try to rope people into long-term seafood commitments against their will. Among the reports are incidents of people dealing with relentless sales reps over the phone trying to force people into buying crab, salmon, and other seafood products. In some cases, the salesperson will try to tap into the people's sympathies with claims such as, I'm in trouble because I'm losing income from the pandemic. In other more serious reports, even after denying salespeople on the phone, some people have been getting cases of seafood sent to their house by cash on delivery. COD is still a popular thing in Japan. The National Consumer Affairs Center of Japan is reminding everyone not to accept any unordered items sent to them and instead take note of the sender's information and report it. It is important to note that the figures presented are only the reported cases, suggesting that a great deal of more people have experienced crab negative option sales too. Comments to the news seem to suggest that as well, with the large number mentioning some encounter with such shady seafood sales. Netizens are too fond of this. Comments such as, if you pay for it once, they'll just keep sending stuff to you. It's a hassle. The cash on delivery system should just be banned. If I lived alone, it would be easy to refuse, but living with other people, I might assume that somebody else ordered it and accepted it. Sounds like what NHK does, doesn't it? My dad got suckered into this last year. I'd eat it and then send the shells by cash on delivery. Taking advantage of people's inability to refuse is one thing, but the horrible aspect is the waste food that goes on. Once the package has been sent and returned, the seafood inside is likely not very usable. Nevertheless, the most important thing to take is a hard line here with these crab pushers and refuse all their advances. Otherwise, they'll just be encouraged to do it more. If you're like us and feel bad about letting food go to waste afterwards, try ordering a legit mystery box of imperfect seafood from Amazon to help balance out the universe. Well, alrighty then.
It's a good thing I wasn't looking at the chat because...
Yes, I saw. Oh, I'm going to be paying these jokes forward to a friend. Well, I guess we did ask for it.
I didn't.
But you're still part of it anyway, so. Anywho, I believe it's your turn. Oh, wow. Them's fighting words. Bobby Blackwolf. Don't tweet me if you can't accept it.
Okie dokie then.
He loves you. He loves you, buddy.
So, yeah. Anyway, a junior high school girl was removed from class for 3 days because she groomed her eyebrows.
What?
And yeah. So, this junior high, they were conducting a check to see if students were complying with the school's rules regarding hairstyling and dyeing. But while the hairs on the head of one third-year student passed inspection, the school had a problem with her eyebrows, or more specifically, the eyebrow hairs she no longer had. So the school's rules prohibit the students from cutting or shaving their eyebrows. However, the 14-year-old girl had been removing hairs at the edge of her eyebrows to give them a more groomed appearance. The school ruled this to be an infraction, and she was punished with 3 days of what they call separate room schooling, which is basically in-school suspension. So again, just like in-school suspension, the schoolwork for the day is done, but in a separate room, away from the rest of the class. And she had to write an essay reflecting on her transgression. So, the 55-year-old director of education, when asked about the incident, said, "I believe the school may be worried that while being at a developmental age, children may become distracted by overly focusing on their eyebrows and hairstyles and neglect essential aspects of their education and lifestyles." But it's easy to see how, say, teachers might think dyed hair that is bright pink or spiked into a mohawk could be distracting. What sort of problems could they see arising from students' eyebrows? Two explanations. The first is that school may see styled eyebrows as being effectively the same as using makeup, something that most schools in Japan have rules against, under the philosophy that students should be spending their energy on learning and not trying to look good. The second is that shaved eyebrows have an association with juvenile delinquents and street gangs. But that is usually when they shave the eyebrows off completely. On the other hand, you have Japanese etiquette, which stresses the importance of a neatly groomed appearance when going out in public, and excessive hair on the face or body is often considered to look unkempt. So the major issue between the points is removing errant or excessive hair. When does that go from grooming your eyebrows to cutting them? And the councilwoman for the city thought that the school went a little bit far in punishing the student. With an incident getting national attention, she says, how is it wrong for her to groom her eyebrows? By not letting her study in her regular class and making her study in a separate room, did they think that that was going to make her eyebrow hair grow back? The school's eyebrow rule is outside the bounds of logic. Which, yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of crap happening in Japan over this kind of stuff in schools. From hair dyeing to makeup to who they can date, who they can talk to, whether or not they can actually have an after-school job. Yeah. But right now there's a huge fight also going on about mandatory, I guess you would call it mandatory after-school activities. And
not mandatory, but very, very heavily encouraged.
No, they are mandatory. A lot of schools have a mandatory rule that you have to have some sort of after-school extracurricular activity. So you have to either join a sport or a club, and it is mandatory. So, yeah, it gets a little bit crazy, especially when you consider that these kids are going to school usually 5.5 days already. So it's taking a lot of what should allow them to be kids. I completely understand that they want you to have an education, but one of the highest rated educations in the world is actually found in like Ireland and places like that where
Scandinavia.
right, where you're encouraged to learn. You're encouraged to learn a lot, not just your basic, here you're going to go to school until you're 18. But they encourage you to, learn different languages and just read in general and learn in general. And they don't have the same issues that places like Japan do, where kids are going completely stressed. So, to force kids to be cookie cutter, to give them I guess, more incentive to go for education is kind of a little too strict.
It's gonna backfire.
I mean, honestly, I get why these rules are in place. But as time goes on, you really don't need these rules in place anymore. Let's see. Sia DeBerry says, the Go Home Club lied to me. This is your home. The school is your home now. And see, Ranma421 says, I'm either joining the Go Home Club or the Hentai Club. And Signboy says, Hentai Club for me, thanks. And they also say, it's wild that they have...
Spoiler alert, you don't actually pleasure yourself watching the Hentai Club, you just riff on it like your own Mystery Science Theater.
It's like Genshiken. You're sitting down, watching the hentai, and you're explaining the philosophical point of views behind it, okay?
Meanwhile,
the
this poor girl just
philosophical
took
views behind hentai.
Did you
Meanwhile,
not?
this girl just took her third load straight in the face.
Did you not see Genshiken?
I as horrible as it is going, and talking about this, the only thing I have in my brain that's popping up is Harry Potter going into divination class and having to drink a cup of tea to read the tea leaves. And now I'm just thinking of a psychic or a fortune teller reading Bukake.
Ooh, Lord.
So, like, right after everything's done, I can just imagine, the little girl best friend who's just like the weirdo in school running into the room to read your face.
Wouldn't the little girl be the well-endowed girl anyway? So
yeah, usually
as the trope goes. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never been boob-headed so hard I got sent to concussion protocol.
You haven't lived well. Yeah. And Slimeboy says, it's wild that they have entrance exams for high school too. They do so much testing and the base curriculum around it. Well, there are some high schools here in this country where you do have to test to get in. So some, but not.
Yeah, I mean that I can understand because they have different, I guess, levels of high school.
Yeah.
Most of the high schools are quote unquote private. The public schools, you really don't have to. I mean, you have to pass your grades and all of that, but the test is very, very easy.
Even Usagi managed to get into high school.
Right. Most of the really demanding tests, and that's why kids go to cram school, is to get into very specific, exclusive, private high schools. But those very specific private high schools also lead for you going into their colleges or specialty colleges. And a lot of people that want to go to a specific college or want to be a specific profession, high school will get you into that, which is why they go crazy before they get into high school.
And as Steinboy says, I think I get it because I'm from New York, which I believe does the most standardized testing in the country. Is that still true? I don't think New York does as much standardized testing now. I think it's so different from other states in the standardized testing. It's just that they're heavy-handed on the Regents exam, which there's only 2 states that recognizes the Regents, New York and California. Look, we made it through school. We got what we wanted. It is what it is. And they're talking about Shinji should have choked out Asuka. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, because at this point, I'm going to start choking someone.
Oh, if you see what this furniture is, I think you'd start choking already.
New Japanese office furniture and lockers to stand and sleep in baffles and depresses the what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. According to the writer, at my first job in Japan, one day I showed up at the office only to find one of my coworkers sleeping on the floor in the back room. Oh yeah, she's tired, just let her be. And I couldn't decide if I was being extremely kind by letting an employee take a nap during work hours, or a mercilessly cruel one by not letting her just go home and get some sleep without having to do it on the floor. But now there is this latest creation from Tokyo-based office furniture supplier Itoki, developed in cooperation with Hokkaido woodworking company Koyoju Plywood. Hey, they call it the Kami box or nap box. It looks like a stylish storage locker. It's actually designed to hold people, sleepy people. Open a door and step inside, and you find a small ledge to support your ass, plus another one that looks like it'd be either chin or forehead height, depending on how tall you are, on the inside of the door. The idea is that these contours will hold your body in place so you can sleep standing up.
Ow.
The Common Box is born out of recently raised awareness of the importance of sleep and rest, and it's designed to provide a space where people can take a break without feeling self-conscious, even within an office without a lot of space. Oh my God, they misread that so badly. It's unclear whether or not the designer has considered whether a user would feel self-confident stepping into a standing sleeping pod in the first place, or whether, sure, go ahead and take a nap standing up. Actually, it represents a gain in terms of workers' health, or if it's a gross underestimation of what constitutes adequate sleep deprivation countermeasures. And the comments are what you would think. If someone needs us, just let them go home or call it a nap, but you're standing up the whole time. You're not going to feel rested. So you're allowed to sleep, just not lie down. At least it's mentioned that sometimes people need to rest instead of pushing themselves to keep working. Looks like something a power harassing boss would tell you to go stand in. Imagine someone who's dangerously overworked using this while pulling an all-nighter and dying inside. Like, so dystopian. Is this a coffin? Not even a coffin. It looks more like an overgrown hot water boiler. The hot water heater. Like, I expect there'd be a pilot light underneath, in between the 3 legs that it's using to stand up.
And in the chat, and on our stream here, I have posted a picture of these nap boxes. These are large vertical columns supported on 3 pieces of wood with a door. And you go in and you somehow angle yourself for a nap. It's
And you better hope your ass can fit in there, literally and figuratively. Otherwise, you're really not going to get much use out of it.
And as Ronma421 says in our chat room here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, they look like standing tampons.
I was actually looking at them and going, that looks like the turret from Portal.
And that just broke Ari Rockefeller. Congratulations, Ronma421. You win the booby prize. Yes, they do look like turrets. Imagine one of them goes, "I see you," as you walk into the other. Wow. Wow. And Ari wants Bobby to return with the puns. Oh boy.
I just realized was trying to talk and my frigging headset muted when I pulled it off. But I was saying, given a choice between the Aperture Science turret and that thing, I think I'd take the turret.
You're a betting man, I see.
No, just one and two can only take so much shit.
Okay, alright. I think it's time for us to wrap it up. But before we go, Bonds006 says it best. They have not traveled New York City subways. Half the people are asleep on the train, myself included. We here in New York City sleep during out trips and know when to wake up at our stop. It's a unique New York City power. We sleep on the bus, we sleep in cabs, we sleep in the park, we sleep in the rain, we sleep anywhere. I mean, we sleep on the train. Wow. Well, thank you for joining us for tonight's episode of Anime Jam Session. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. And don't forget, while you're out there emailing us, tell your friends about the show. They'll tell another friend and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, we're independent podcasters, and we do this for the fun of it. And while you're at it, check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will see our weekly podcast, links to our YouTube page of convention coverage, links to our Facebook fan page of cosplay coverage, anime reviews, cosplay tips and trips, cosplay interviews, editorials, so much more at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, if you like this show, you can listen to this episode and listen to older episodes as well. Whatever you use for catching podcasts, just search Anime Jam Session. Over 550 episodes are available for you to check out. Some good, some bad. All in all, good fun. And if you can, please leave a review through one of those apps like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Any of those. We greatly appreciate that. Excuse me. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on those so that you know when we're going live with a new episode, when we have older episodes up, other cool stuff, all that and then some on our social media. Thank you for supporting us there. And our tip jar down below. There's links to our stream elements and our Ko-Fi. We love it when you cheer us on with bits. And auto-hosting is a cool thing to do too. Now we're going to go around the room for last words. Ari.
I gotta get out of here. I got a long, busy day of doing nothing ahead of me.
Last words, Mako-chan.
I need an 8-hour nap.
You always need an 8-hour nap.
I do. I'm a cat.
Scratch, scratch. This time around, I want to throw a quick shout out to my boy Mario over at Digital Era Entertainment. I was on his stream last night. We were playing Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. When you get a chance, throw some love over at Digital Era Twitch at twitch.tv/Digital Era Twitch. Cool. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode and some more fun and cool stuff. So, yeah. I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
And I am Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!